Hello, everyone. Welcome to Life Philosophy Talks. As we age, the best way to live can be summed up in one word: foolishness. After reading this, 9 out of 10 people immediately understand. Wang Wei, a famous Chinese poet, once wrote, "In old age, I cherish stillness and care for nothing in the world." As people grow older and go through the ups and downs of life, many long for inner peace in their later years. Yet, life is like the ocean, constantly filled with waves. And in this noisy world, it's hard to avoid disruptions and entanglements. Scientific research shows that maintaining inner calm is crucial for both mental and physical well-being. In fact, as we enter old age, the best way to live can be summed up in one word: foolishness. But this foolishness is not about ignorance or pretending to be naive. It's about shielding ourselves from external distractions and wisely adjusting our mindset. By not letting ourselves get caught up in trivial matters, we naturally achieve peace, and our later years become much more carefree. 1. Be weak in front of your children. An old saying from the strategies of the warring states goes, "Parents who truly love their children will plan far ahead for them." In old age, aside from taking care of themselves, parents often worry most about their children, hoping they'll succeed, become independent, and live happy lives. However, many parents can't help but meddle in their children's lives, fearing they'll suffer. Even as they grow older, they insist on doing everything, helping with housework, taking care of grandchildren, or even using their own savings to solve their children's problems. But what's the result? Parents expend their time, energy, and money, and their children become more and more dependent, losing the chance to grow up on their own. There's a saying, if the mother is weak, the child grows strong. If the mother is strong, the child grows weak. Truly wise parents know how to act weak, not as a sign of giving up, but as a sign of letting go. By acting weak in front of their children, parents allow them to face life's challenges and develop independence. This acting weak isn't about constant compromise, but about knowing when to refuse and not worrying about every little thing. As the saying goes, each generation has its own blessings and struggles. Parents shouldn't spend their entire lives working like servants for their children. By letting go, children will learn to take responsibility and won't become overly dependent on their parents. When parents learn to act weak, children not only understand the hardships of life, but also grow more grateful and loving, making them more considerate toward their parents. The later years of life should be a time for parents to enjoy freedom and happiness. Only by letting go can children grow stronger and parents live more lightly. When parents act weak, children become self-reliant, and this is the wisest choice. 2. Be foolish about family affairs. There's an old Chinese saying, if you're not foolish or deaf, you can't be the head of the household. This means that as an elder in the family, sometimes it's smarter to act foolish, especially when it comes to family affairs. Don't get involved in everything. If younger family members have conflicts and you intervene too much, they may accept your advice on the surface but harbor resentment inside. If they don't accept it, you'll just end up feeling upset, making the family atmosphere tense. Small problems could easily pass, but if you insist on clarifying every detail, the situation becomes more complicated. This can escalate family conflicts, hurt feelings, and even cause the family to fall apart. In truth, many issues don't need to be taken so seriously. Elders who act foolish by not meddling in every family matter often avoid a lot of trouble. By turning a blind eye to small things, they naturally resolve themselves. Listening without speaking up can sometimes be the best way to defuse conflicts. This is wisdom. By learning to act foolish, you can turn big issues into small ones and small ones into none at all. It not only maintains family harmony, but also brings peace of mind. As Bai Yin Song once said, life comes down to two key points: be carefree and be a little foolish. In old age, we should focus more on ourselves instead of getting caught up in family drama. It's better to be carefree and focus on our own lives. Take up hobbies, stay active, and make new friends. As we grow older, we can continue to improve ourselves. Old age is the second half of life. Living fully and freely is true wisdom. 3. Be poor in front of outsiders. The writer Oscar Wilde once said, when we're young, we think money isn't that important, but when we're old, we realize it's the most important thing. In youth, even without much money, life can still be maintained. But in old age, making money becomes harder, and expenses never stop. Daily living, medical care, all require significant spending, so it's crucial to manage finances carefully. More importantly, it's wise to act poor in front of others. Acting poor is a smart choice. Hide your real financial situation. Don't let people know how much money you actually have. Not everyone wants to see you succeed. Showing off your wealth can lead to jealousy and even trouble, especially when friends or relatives know you have money. They may ask to borrow it. If you refuse, it might harm the relationship. If you lend it, you worry it won't be returned, leaving you with neither the money nor the relationship. Instead of falling into these traps, it's better to live low-key. Acting poor isn't shameful. It's a way of protecting yourself. As the old saying goes, never display your wealth. In old age, your savings are your security, and wise elders know not to flaunt their wealth. Keeping a low profile is the best way to ensure a peaceful retirement. After all, as you age, it's the money you've saved that will support you. Protecting your wealth is the wisest choice for the future. Conclusion. As we move into the later stages of life, how to live more peacefully and happily becomes a question on everyone's mind. Many people come to understand that true happiness often comes from inner peace and wise decisions. Acting poor isn't about being stingy. It's about appreciating what you have and not being trapped by material desires. By keeping a low profile and avoiding unnecessary comparisons or displays of wealth, life becomes lighter and freer, and it helps avoid unnecessary trouble. Acting foolish isn't about weakness. It's about tolerance and generosity. In the face of unnecessary conflicts and small grievances in life, learning to let things go brings inner peace and harmonious family relationships. Acting weak isn't about giving up. It's about humility and self-awareness. By wisely choosing when to step back, parents allow their children to grow up and take responsibility, leading to a smoother and more harmonious later life. These acts are not forms of pretense, but wise choices for living. They teach us to let go of attachments and calmly face life's ups and downs. In this complex world, sometimes a little wise foolishness can help us find true simplicity and happiness. By adopting these wise attitudes, we can find peace and joy, living more relaxed, wiser lives. The second half of life is not about fighting for clarity in everything, but about knowing when to let go, allowing us to live more easily and happily. That's all for today's sharing, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed our content, please remember to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so you can be the first to get the latest video updates. Thank you for your support.